Hello, Steve White, Trickway89 for Steve Arts 89. A little bit of Star Trek news, but not really anything worth doing a whole video on, so I'm just going to go through it all. William Shatner has stated he wouldn't mind a CGI version of him being used in future in the Star Trek videos, stuff like that, movies, TV episodes. So long as his kids get paid for it, he's fine with it, so that'll be interesting to see if they do that. Lower Deck Season 4 has been released. Star Trek Defiant is doing another version of Star Trek that doesn't resemble Star Trek at all. They're up to issue 11. Some members from Discovery Season 5 have talked about their experience on Season 5 with no specifics or spoilers or anything other than just generic praise for the series from Doug and Sonequa. Same thing with Tawny Newson on Lower Deck Season 5. Some weird casting news, imaginary casting news. Nicolas Cage says he'd like to be in Star Trek and he'd like to be a member of the crew, not an alien or a villain. I don't know, are they going to use him? Interesting to know, maybe they could. There's some short fiction coming out about Riker not being remembered by the rest of the crew. Sounds like that story's been told before. More casting. Diana Groera, I can't pronounce her name. She was in Black Panther. She was talking about having a role in the Chris Hemsworth Star Trek film that didn't happen. And of course, there was also talk that Cate Blanchett and Rami Malek, I can't pronounce his name, from Mr. Robot, that they were both considered to be in Noah Hawley's version of Star Trek that didn't happen. So that's kind of interesting, but really doesn't mean anything because they weren't cast, the film wasn't made. It's all wishful thinking, dreams, promises, hopes, and perhaps a little bit of lies. But yeah, that's it for Star Trek. Nothing really much happening. I mean, there's a fair bit of press about, the new shows coming up, but there's nothing specific. Just, we had a great experience, our characters are going off on a great sort of note, and, Doug did confirm that he had to come back to refilm the final epilogue. So they filmed an epilogue. The reshoots was just an epilogue, which basically rounded off the whole series, not just the episode and the season. Because he took the makeup off for the last time for the last episode and was like, thank God, don't do that again. And then he did have to come back and put the makeup on again to do the epilogue. So we've kind of confirmed they filmed an epilogue, not an extensive amount of reshoots for the end of the series, but an epilogue. So that was interesting. But that's the only thing out of all those news articles that was actually interesting. But I'm going to go. That's my Star Trek news for the week. Bye.